Okay, good morning again, everyone. This is going to be a tutorial about using Photoshop 2021. Although meron tayong updated version of Photoshop 2022, but for this tutorial, we'll be using Photoshop 2021. Previously, I have also made a similar tutorial, pero yun naman ay about using Photoshop CS6. So, a lot of people are asking, Sir, what do you think is better, CS6 or 2021? I think it depends. Always remember you have to check the system requirements of your device before installing any version. Kindly check if your system requirements are compatible with the with the version that you're going to use. That would be the first step. So for now, let's try to navigate muna the interface of the Photoshop 2021 version. So here, when you have your homepage here, unlike in CS6, wala siya gaanong, it's a direct edit agad. So you won't be seeing all of your files here. Unlike in 2021, it makes you feel na parang automatically files can be accessed in the home page. So usually, makita agad natin yung blank workspace in CS6 and in older versions. But in 2021, may paganito silang effect. So what we are going first to do is create a brand new document, and then a window will appear and then asking you about the dimensions. So here you have your preset details. You can type in the name, then the width, quite the same with how physics works, and then the height. But if I'm not mistaken, mas madaling mag-rotate ng yan. So you don't have, for example, na-type mo in mo na yung width and then height, nagkapalit. You don't have to retype it again. Palitan mo lang orientation here and you click of an icon. And then the resolution, and then you just have to click create. So it's like the usual. And then a document will appear. So, ayan. This is the interface of the 2021 version. So, it's quite the same with CS6, but there are a few tools and techniques that are hidden in the 2021 version. So for now, I will be opening my tutorial file. Now that I have opened my Photoshop tutorial file, so basically these are the Photoshop tools that are often used in any version naman. So let's start again. So wala naman masyadong pinagkaiba si CS6 with the 2021 version in terms of the interface. You still have your layers panel here on the right side. You have your color picker here on top, and then the menu bar on the top most part, and the toolbars here on the left side. So medyo ang pinagkaiba lang niya in the CS6 version is the color picker is shown na in comparison with the CS6 version, medyo naka-hide siya. So you need to double click on the foreground color para ma-change pa siya. Here, automatically, let me just show this. Automatically, when you adjust the color here in the color picker section, the foreground color will also change. So mas madaling mag-change ng kulay in the 2021 version. Although you still have the swatches here, pero nakahiwalay na siya according to color mode. RGB, CMYK, grayscale. Unlike in the Photoshop CS6, automatically the color swatches is in one portion na agad. You have your gradients and your patterns here. Mas organized, if I may, mas organized na slide si 2021 version compared to lower versions. So, again, you have your work area sa pinaka-gitna. So, it's quite the same. Wala naman masyadong pinagkaiba in terms of interface. Although there are tools and techniques that is much easier to do in the 2021 version. So let's start from the scratch. So again, you have your layers panel here on your right side. Again, same goes with the CS6 version. By clicking on this icon, you can create a brand new layer in Photoshop. So layers in Photoshop, these are like transparent papers that allows you to stack them to be able to create an image. So, para siyang slides in PowerPoint, but they are transparent. So, pwede ka maglagay ng kahit anong element dyan, an image element, a shape, or a brush, or you can draw here. So, this is your layer. Quick tip in Photoshop, If you want to organize your layers more, if you want to rename a layer, you can double click on the existing name and then layer name. You can also try to make it more organized by trying to put colors in the layer visibility icon. So when we say layer visibility, if you try to click on this eye icon, it will hide your layer. So kapag chinek mo yan, lalabas ulit siya. For now, wala tayong nakikita since wala pang laman yung layer. So mag-insert lang ako ng solid fill na red. If you click on the layer visibility icon, ayan, if you uncheck it, ayan, it will be hidden. So there's also another way in doing that. You can try to click on opacity, and then if you click here, you can drag the slider to the left and then lower the opacity rate. Basically, when we say opacity, it's the transparency of that specific layer. So if you don't want to delete or hide a layer, you can just lower the opacity or taasan if you want to make it more visible. So that is our layers panel, adding layers, ganyan. So let's start with the most basic tool na ginagamit. It's the move tool. The move tool is here located on your toolbar. It's again like in CS6 in the topmost icon of the toolbar. So the good thing about the 2021 version is kapag tinapat mo yung cursor mo sa mga icon, automatically it will show a tooltip na nagpapakita and then describing, parang meron siya mga description of what that specific icon can do. And the good thing about the 2021 version as well, meron siyang mga tutorial, parang very small tutorial videos na mapapakita niya kung paano ginagamit yung icon na yun real time. So that's a great way, siguro, a great advantage kung ba't mas maganda mag-upgrade with the 2021 version. Now, the most basic, you have your move tool. This basically allows you to move a selection or a layer or an element in Photoshop. So, you have your move tool here. So it allows you to move specific elements. The good thing about the new version is it's easier to align elements. Para siyang merong, ayan. And lines will appear that will show you if it's aligned with another layer. If you want to left align it to another layer, mas madali. It's like using PowerPoint na merong grids, but you're using it in a photo editing Photoshop. So, mas madali siya with the move tool. Also, here, ito yung mga tinatawag nating transform controls. It's easier to skew and distort. Images or elements in Photoshop kasi transform tools automatically they do that for you. The next tool that we're going to use is the Marquee tool. The Marquee tool allows you to make a selection in the shape of an ellipse or a rectangle in an image or a layer in Photoshop. So si Marquee tool, quite the same with the CS6 version. For example, it allows you to make a selection from a layer. So what do you mean? For example, you want to remove a part of or a selection in your document. You can select it using a shape, for example, the rectangular Marquee tool. So pwede kang mag-select and then press V on your keyboard, the move tool. And pwede mo siyang i-move. So pwedeng rectangular, you can also use the elliptical Marquee tool. Hold shift to create a perfect circle. So, better. Ayan. So, as you can see, meron tayong nakikita ngayon na parang medyo blurred out yung kanyang edges. If you try to look here on top of your menu bar, using the Marquee tool, makikita natin merong nakalagay rito na feather on top. Feather basically means the blurriness of the edges of your selection. So, always remember the lower the feather, the more defined the edges are going to be. So the higher the feather naman, the more blurred it is going to be. So for example, gamit tayo ng feather na 15. So this is how blurred is going to be like. Babaan natin, try natin gawing 5. Let's try to compare. So as you can see, mas hindi siya ganun ka blurred. Try natin kapag 0, may kita natin na yeah, it will not affect the blurriness of the edges at all. So that's 0, 5, and 15, if I'm not mistaken. So that is how we use the Marquee tool. The next tools that we are going to use are the Lasso tool. The Lasso tool is quite the same with the Marquee tool. It allows you to create selections, but depending on what lasso tool are you using. If you're using the polygonal lasso tool, like right now, it creates straight edge selection. So, meron tayong lasso tool, freehand. Ayan siya. So, you can create freehand selections. Magnetic lasso tool naman, it allows you to it allows you to make selections by snapping images onto a shape. So, susundan niya kung ano yung mga merong consistent color or merong kulay. If we're going to make use of the lasso tool, freehand, this is a tool that we use in removing certain selections. So, if you delete that, it's also going to be blurred out since merong value si feather tool. Si polygonal naman, if you try to hold shift on your keyboard habang ginagamit mo siya, it's going to create straight edge selection. So it's actually easier to use if you're going to create polygons or selections that are based out of straight edge shape. So let's delete, automatically it will be like this. See, magnetic lasso tool naman is, what it is going to do is iiwasan lang niya yung mga, it will preserve the elements that have color or merong value depending on how you also over your magnetic lasso tool. So this is a great way of removing backgrounds or removing a selection that has a consistent color key in Photoshop, but I do not suggest using this in removing background since there are a lot of ways naman of using or doing them. So see, magnetic lasso tool, if you want to remove something with a very defined shape, you can make use of it. Next one naman is we have the quick selection tool. So here, as you can see, you have your quick selection tool here, and the fourth one on the toolbar. So you have your object selection tool, your quick selection tool, and then the magic wand tool. There are a lot of ways of making good use of this. So for example, again, I have a sample here. Si magic wand tool, what it does is quite the same thing with what a lasso tool does, pero it allows you to select quick selection. So automatically, if you are going to make use of the magic wand tool, parang nga siyang magic wand, automatically it will select all parts of your image that has the same color key. So it will be selected. So kapag click mo si delete, it's quite easier actually mag-delete ng background using the magic wand tool. Kung napansin po natin, hindi nasama yung mga puti na nasa loob kasi they are enclosed of an element na ganyan, yung mga puno rito. So hindi nakuha yan. What we can do, if we want to remove them all at the same time, you can hold shift naman on your keyboard. Then select the portions that you want to be deleted and then delete them. Ayan. Oops, meron pa tayo nakaligtang. Hold shift again. So that is one way of removing backgrounds with consistent color keys in Photoshop. So that's the magic wand tool. Next one, we have naman the shape tool. The shape tools naman allow you to create shapes in Photoshop. So in the CS6 version, it's located in the lower part of the toolbar. It's quite the same with the 2021 version. So let's try using this. Oops. Ayan. This is your shape tool. So, it's quite the same. Here, I think letter U ang kanyang shortcut key. We have your ellipse tool. You can create a shape. You can create a rectangle using the shape tool. The good thing about shape tool in Photoshop 2021 is hindi transform controls. Meron na siya ditong, ayan, yung pang-round ng corners ng isang rectangle. So, if you try to drag it to the center of the shape, it will round the corners of your rectangle, which is very hard to do in CS6 version. Na you'd have to adjust it manually pa using the pen tool. Unlike here in the 2021 version, you can edit it. So, kung masyado siyang rounded, pwede mo siya i-adjust pa. Also, if you want to only round the corners of one of the shape, you can hold out your keyboard and then just drag it. Automatically, it will have it's much easier to do this in the 2021 version compared to the CS6 version. You have to edit manually using the pen tool once na nakapag-insert ka na ng shape. So that is the shape tool. Next one that we're going to use is the type tool. The type tool, basically, it allows you to insert text on your document. So, ang pinakaiba lang ni 2021 with the CS6 version is that when you use the type tool and then you click on any area of your document, automatically it will insert a lorem ipsum or a dummy text. Compared with the CS6 version, walang lumalabas na ganito, making it hard for people to see na saang area ako magta-type. Here, automatically, mag-i-insert na siya ng text. So, you can insert your text here. So, it's quite the same thing in CS6. Pero ang pinakaiba lang, meron ng dummy text automatic na lalabas in the document. So, it's much easier to figure out saan ka magta-type, which area will the text appear. So, that is how we use the basic tools in Photoshop 2021. Nothing much has changed. Siguro there are a ton of improvements and things that are easier to do using the 2021 version compared to the CS6 one. So, with that being said, thank you very much and see you again next meeting.